presently struggling like a mother, brother. Like a mother, brother. But we do what we usually do. Talk with you guys so I can wake the heck up. These early mornings, for the birds. I'm back to doing unhealthy things to stay awake. Sorry. But hey, it is what it is. But I gotta figure that out, and I gotta get my GoPro repaired, because my GoPro's, the mount's right there, but it's waterlogged. I should have never took it home. I should have left it hooked up to the window, and it would have been straight. But that is my life. That is my life. Okay, what are we doing now? It's 2 hours and something minutes. Let's see. I gotta see what my mileage is. No, that's the wrong one. Let's see. Coca, Delaware, Ohio. Let's see how much more miles I gotta go. Hopefully it ain't too bad. Okay, well, we're getting there. 182. Alright, we're gonna figure that out. What's going on, Mike? What is going on, brother? Let me know how I'm sounding, because that's why I didn't start earlier. Usually when I'm dying, I'll start real early, but it's been going in and out. Hold on, let me turned off the Bluetooth. Give me a 1 if you hear me, because that Bluetooth will start the truck, and I don't know, I'll be driving not knowing you can't even freaking hear me, you know what I mean? But I'm at and what is that? Oh, yeah, I got it real high. That's my visor, and this is the visor. I got that up for that freaking AI camera. Presently, I'm at Sap Brothers on I-80 somewhere in Pennsylvania. Sap Brothers, Sap Brothers is one of those that's in the West. You rarely see them around here. And I was like, wait a minute. I was looking for a place to pull over for a sec. To get my bearings. And get ready to roll. But they sell like really weird Caucasian stuff, like Indians and funny, crazy, knife configurations and skull and crossbones, and it just cracks me up. And I was thinking about that one time when I see all these skulls, and I said, it's funny how y'all are Billy Badass with the skull and the crossbones until it's time to die, and then you're screaming to Jesus, Lord, save me. Lord, I don't want to die. Well, you're bragging about you loving the skull and crossbones, and the skulls and the evil look of them. I'm just saying. I know I sound goofy, but that's who I am. That's who I am. Like, comment, and subscribe, but it is what it is. know this truck stop is back here, for a new truck driver, because you normally use the truck, you can see it off the highway.
Now turn right and then turn left onto
You
Clearfield
can't really
Shotwell
see
Highway.
this off the highway, but I seen Sat Brothers. I said, oh, okay, let me pull over there, and I took a right,
Now turn left.
and let's just double check over here. I don't see nobody. Well, nice and slow. Thank God it's the crack of dawn. But you gotta know what you're looking for, and Sap Brothers is, like I said, you see them in Colorado and up in
1/4 of a mile,
Nebraska.
turn right to join Interstate 80 toward Interstate 80.
Crazy like that. Good morning. I'm sorry I can't really see y'all. Welcome. Mike is my one who says hello to everybody. Let's show some respect and just have some fun. The reason I say that is because I'm an over-the-road truck driver. I had to really train myself really not to look. I'll glance over, and I know folks because of their icons, like the social media just popped in. Just glance over.
Now turn right to
Good morning, my
highway.
brother. Because honestly, I'm blind as a bat. You should be scared. You should be scared. If you see my truck coming, you better let me go by. Let me pass by. You should be terrified.
In 1/4 of a mile,
Oh, wait a
join the
minute.
highway.
Oh, son of a biscuit eater. I forgot. I don't have. I gotta re-input the fuel. Hold on for a second. I gotta re-input my fuel stop. There we go. Much better. Oh, cool. There's Lowe's on the other side. Gotta re-enter. I forgot what I was saying.
In 700 feet, join the highway.
But I was on Facebook yesterday.
Follow the highway for 127 miles.
Hey guys, if you hear me okay, give me a 1. I was on Facebook yesterday, and I just happened to notice that someone I know from high school who started a YouTube channel. They've written a book, I think multiple books on survival, on women, and what's pleasant about it doesn't sound like the women that you see on TikTok that done lost their damn mind. I need a million $50,000 and this and that, No, but someone with some common sense. And I knew this person that they did have some common sense. A bit on the thuggish side, but we're all freaking 58 now. Still lives in New York, but it was very deep, the conversation they had. It was a StreamYard Live, very deep, very enlightening. But I was seeing some holes in reputation because they were like kind of sort of advertising on Facebook and, you know, come check out this podcast. It's great, you know, and that's great, but they had no really good link. And it took me a minute. I had to search by name, and you know, it wasn't a good link to bring people to your channel or bring people to that person's channel. And, you know, I'm screaming like, well, you know, where's your link? I can't find it. And, you know, just, you know, basic stuff that if you're broadcasting, you know, and nobody's telling you, you need to have a good clickable link. Not like type like the regular type link, but a good clickable link that if I'm trying to find you, I click that link, and then I can join your, you know, channel and grow with you. It's the same thing. I understand you don't like the vertical, and I don't like it either, but and I noticed that we don't get too many trolls, but it's a part of trying to grow, and I understand. I pick up a few more subscribers by doing vertical. I don't much like it either, but I pick up a few, and I'm growing very slow and steady. But if I wanted to grow harder, what I gotta do is I gotta do at least 2 or 3 shorts a day. I don't have time for that. I'm driving at the crack of dawn. I'm terrified. I gotta get up, you know, I gotta get up early and drive and worry about not crashing this vehicle and staying alive. So I do a few things, but what I plan to do is mix it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Mix it up a little bit. Do horizontal, then vertical, and so forth and so on. This one on YouTube, it does both. They switch, it does both at the same time. And it is what it is. But I've also learned, and this is my opinion, when I do my shorts, I put hashtags. Hashtag trucking life. Hashtag, lawn campers, the lawn camp. Hashtag cruise ship. Hashtag cruise life. Hashtag chronicle. I'll either put it in the description or right up at the top of, you know, a title. I don't know. I've heard that, you know, from someone. Does that work? I don't know, but I've just been doing it for so long. Does it help? Yeah, I'm telling YouTube to point it out to someone. I got to start doing, broadcasting my lives for the week again, so YouTube can put it out to the right audience. I'm still trying to figure out what that audience is. You know, but I have an audience. I have a niche. I have a few of them actually. I wanted to split it up, but at this point in my life, you know what? I'm just gonna keep on enjoying the run. I'm gonna keep on enjoying the situation until, you know, until I have to do something else. But, you know, I've noticed when I do like right now, instead of taking it down, once the live is over, I'm gonna record some driving videos like this and add music to it. That brings people to my channel. But I had been using my GoPro to do it. on the other mountain. I need to start adding that to be a part of it. You know what I mean? It's just a part of what I'm trying to do. But and again, you gotta look at it this way. You do Monday through Friday, 365 days a year. At one point, you gotta run out of stuff. I ran out of stuff. Oh no, I understand. I know you get it, Mike. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. People, keyboard cowboys, that still helps my views. It still helps my views. You wonder, yeah, it's annoying, but the object is I need views. It's not personal, it's business. You remember we had one guy spell out the N-word. N-I-G. I mean, it is what it is. You gotta look at it like this. I'm driving, I couldn't see it anyway. I couldn't see it anyway. Because I'm freaking driving. But that's okay. It's a part of it. And that's another thing for new YouTubers. You gotta understand. Don't take it personal. People don't have a life. It's 5:47 in the morning. You should be waking up, washing your ass, and heading to work. What you on a keyboard, making yourself look like a complete fool for? You feel me? But people don't have lives. I don't have a life. I'm talking to y'all so I can wake the fuck up. I'm talking to y'all so I can, so I can get down the road. I need to, I got enough hours to get to the consignee with 2 hours to look for a place to park. Yesterday I only had 1 hour. And I was driving blind because I wasted $350 on this Ram McNally GPS that sucks at finding truck parking. It really sucks. And I was it was such a waste. But I use it for other stuff, but it's a waste for truck parking. I got a book that I need to look, but I ain't never been in that area, and I got lucky and found a service plaza with 30 minutes to spare on my clock because I don't need to be violating. Before I didn't give a flip. Now I'm trying to stay out of people's limelights. I'm stay out of, look, just give me my check, give me my miles, and I'm gonna shut the heck up. Cause that's what seems to be working. Me complaining that I'm not getting enough miles, and I get less. But me shutting up, staying quiet, I'm running out of hours. I'm to get to the next load. I'm like, oh, so that's how it is. If I just shut the heck up, if I shut up, I'll get the loads. I told my wife this. She said, well, shut up then. I said, yes, dear. I ain't saying a word. I ain't saying a freaking word. And that's funny. When you stay humble and you figure out, you know what? silence is golden. There you go. Silence is golden. And that's another thing, because I want to be able to message, but I'm not trying to just jump into somebody, because I wanted to say, look, hey, you could broadcast your, by using Nightbot on your lives. There's a way that you set it up to, do one thing. This is fun, Jeremy. Jeremy and Cheryl's, I put Jeremy and Cheryl, their YouTube page. He does a tutorial, and I let him speak for 5 seconds, hit the pause button, and figured out where it was, and that's how I learned how to do Nightbot. And then I let it play a little bit, and then I did it again, and that's how I learned how to do Nightbot. Because Nightbot helps you, and you could broadcast your link and so forth and so on, so other people can check you out. Hashtag can't stop. Nightbot helps, get you to the next level, and also joining other people's lives. Again, I went around last night and I found a few people. It's and Mike, you be everywhere. Well, that hobby down. But when you get out there and tell folks, then you'll be able to do something. You know what I mean? Oh man, I've got it set up for me to go home for 3 days, but I might switch it to 4, because I know one day it's totally Norma's birthday, but I'm trying to do this lawn renovation, and I want to get a lot of that done when I go home this time. But she's gonna have me do all kind of mess. I'm like, yes, dear. But I think I'm gonna see if I can get her a small cake for her birthday, and a candle. She should pull that out, and because we're going out for dinner. I got a good surprise, but I'm trying to figure out how to do it. Just how to do it. You know what I mean? It's good to be in a relationship where you're with someone that you want to do for, that appreciates what you do for them. Instead of looking at you like, what the hell is this? You know what I mean? It's good to be in a relationship where you're with someone that cares enough to not minimize your efforts. It's good to be in a relationship where the good, the bad, and the ugly, you still love and care for each other. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. You know what I mean? We are down to 119 to my fuel stop. And then about actually 4 hours total left, and I'm done for the day. Ain't that crazy? Oh my God. See, that's what with this driving in the middle of the night crap. But when you're done early, it makes it easier to find parking. I know that for sure. One thing you could tell you're going too fast, you don't even look down, is the sound of your truck. Yeah, when it starts sounding real smooth, we're going too fast. And I look down, I say, oh, okay, gotta slow down. I kind of, a lot of people don't do it. I drive with my Jake brake on. Because when you let go of the gas, it automatically puts the Jake brake on. So it keeps a little cushion to slow me down. Oh man. What the heck is going on here? Hopefully almost out of the Pennsylvania mountains. Really am. Hoping I'm almost out of the Pennsylvania mountains. Because those mountains slow you down. It steals your time. Honestly, I need some flat land to make up for my time. Everybody's gonna be up in a few minutes. We'll start seeing more cars. I'm like, oh boy. Like, oh boy. Jesus. It's only been like 2 days, and the sun, because I have that tray of the seeds sitting in the passenger seat, I guess it's soaking up the water. I just added some more water to it for the peat moss pieces, and I just added some more water to it. I thought I added too much, and I got up this morning. I said, well, I'll dump it out, and it's all soaked up into the peat moss. So. That's a good thing. When is the sun supposed to be rising over here? I wish I knew. I'm going to be struggling till then. But that's okay. That's all right. We're going to get it anyway. You know what I mean? But, back to my friend from Amityville that I went to school with. It's crazy how, because they were talking about this in the black community, how it is considered voodoo or bad juju or whatever you want to call it to discuss mental health. And I remember I got committed for having an attitude problem. Like, I got committed for having an attitude problem. Because this person was saying that do you want to harm yourself? I remember they said that to me. I was in the military, and I said, yeah. I want to harm myself. I was copping an attitude. They locked me up. I said, oh shit. they locked me up. And And I called my father, and I said, yeah, I said, Daddy, they got me in the cuckoo Fran and Alley ward. And he said, what are you? He said, what the F is wrong with you? Are you crazy? And I flipped out. Flipped out and tried to pull the phone off the wall. And everybody was looking at me because I was so upset. I'm calling for your advice and you called me crazy. And everybody was looking at me. And I looked at them and said, oh my God, I'm never leaving this place. I said, oh my God, I'm never leaving. I just remembered that. I said, oh my God, I'm never leaving this place. And I learned how to shut the heck up ever since. That was I think it was about 30 years ago. It was way back. And I remember I called my uncle and he said, calm down, calm down. It's gonna be all right. And you know, he has smoothed me out, you know. See, sometimes we need that one person that's going to calm the savage beast and find, you know, you gotta find that person that you respect, that you're gonna listen to. And they say, hey man, don't do that. Don't do that. And you know, when you have that person in your life, they won't let you flip. They won't let you flip the script. They won't let you, you know, switch over to the dark side. You know what I mean? They won't let you try to pull the phone off the wall. Charles tells a story about that, and he said, yeah, you know, and next thing you know, he got locked up. Not in jail, but he got locked up in the happy place. So you gotta watch what you say to people, because they will use whatever it is to put you in a situation where you can't get out of there. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Oh, shit. Working up and getting up in the morning is I'm gonna have to figure out when I want to start heading west. Probably May or, you know, June. Probably June. I'll tell them, look, I can head west June and July. You know, because I like to go into California. Because they've got some outlet malls where I can start do some Christmas shopping. That's one of the things I like to do when I'm out there. They used to be all over the United States, but you just can't, you don't find them anymore. I don't see how these guys pull those doubles, man. That back trailer be wiggling. I can't do it. start seeing if I did these seeds right, should have been like 7 to 10 days for them to start seeing something to sprout up. And should I sprinkle water on top of them every few days? Just wonder. Oh, 7 to 12. Wow. Okay. Gotcha. That's what I was about to do at the house. But I have a chemical company that keeps an eye on my, the weeds and stuff. And they just was there and did the pre and post murder. So I got put little seed down in the backyard. I'm like, come on. But they doing it right on time. They do it right on time. And it's keeping the crabgrass population of my lawn down. I just can't drop no seed because it won't germinate. What I'm probably going to do when I do the top dressing, that's when I'm going to drop the seed because I'll have a layer of the dirt on the top, drop some seed on that in the back, and then cover that with, and then cover that, Because if I put it straight down with the, it won't germinate. Oh man. We'll figure it out. Back on the auction site, they got another auction coming up. I bid on 2 things for $50, knowing it ain't never gonna happen. I'll be outbid in a week or 2. But that's all right. At this point, I just want to participate. I don't need no more junk. Let me stop. It's not junk. It's treasure. It's wonderful treasure. Some of these country folks feel when they got a whole bunch of crap in their yard because they keep on buying stuff. It's fun. Oh man. Heck. Oh goodness. side of the road, and goofy people run into the back of them. This on the news, the guy got sued in law because the car ran into the back of the truck parked on the side of the road. Everything is our fault now, so it's just against company policy. I ain't allowed to do it. So if I'm struggling to find parking, I got to keep on going to find something better than that. That's why, that's why I started doing this early in the morning. Sometimes you got to find your lane. Who was those two folks? It was, there's two people. I know, I haven't seen them in a while. I know they're still around. But they do early morning conversations, like 1 or 2 in the morning. And one be knitting. And they just have, hey, how you doing? Just having a good old conversation. But people be up, people be out, and they be trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? I just got to come up with the right combination to get the right people. And I'm just writing a book, maybe come up with some talking points or whatever. I'm just right now. I just don't want to be frustrated. And if I start talking about something that frustrates me, I'm mad and I don't feel good. I don't want to feel that way. I want to just, hey, let's have a conversation, blah, blah, blah. Laugh, giggle, blah, blah, blah. Drive for a minute, not say nothing. Doesn't look like it, but we're going downhill. I gotta keep my eye on that. That's crazy. I gotta give ARD a call. He called me yesterday. He's actually one of the only people that actually has from YouTube, has my phone number. And we actually talk. He gets real deep. ARD be in the background of a lot of y'all videos and whatnot. I just ain't had time. Because yesterday I was sleeping anyway. Almost all afternoon, and it's rough when you're trying. Okay, I got to get up in 10 hours, but it's like 11 o'clock in the morning, and you're trying to figure out how to go to sleep, and it just the stuff that makes you sleepy ain't really good for you. I just found out. And thank God I stopped a long time ago. I used to take Sudafed every day. I mean, I had to at one point because of my sinuses, but I found out that it was raising my blood pressure. I figured out it was raising my blood pressure. And then because I was taking it every day, I'd go from 8 to 9 hours of sleep to like 5 hours. See, that's why, you can abuse something and that's what goes on with it. Then I'd switch over to melatonin. That worked for a minute, then it'd go to 5 hours of sleep, then I'm up again. So sometimes you just got to take your time. Good morning. Sometimes you got to take your time and figure out what's best for you. Like today, I should be tired enough. I don't need nothing. You know what I mean? I'm not going to need nothing. one of my spots and I can't stop. I forgot what they call it. It's like a Tractor Supply, but it ain't a Tractor Supply. It's a different company up here. I might stop. It's over in Ohio. There's a Pilot right next to it. I could go over there and look around. It just, that's why I used to get my Kentucky bluegrass, like the Kentucky blue and perennial rye grass. And they sell all kind of, Tractor Supply stuff and stuff like that. You can get bolts and nuts and you know what? That's something I think it's called a cotter pin. When you stick it through the hole and you bend two pieces of it back. I think I'm gonna look in there. That's because I need to replace a tire on my cart that's just been sitting in the backyard ever since I broke it, and I need to fix that. I'm gonna do that today because it shouldn't take that long. Get that pin, replace that pin, and let's see about that. Sorry, I'm just thinking. Okay, hour and a half to the rest stop. Not rest stop, but fuel stop. Well, thank you, Jesus. This area had some really bad memories for me. I don't want to say why, because I'm happily married now, but really bad memories up here. There's some stuff I don't need to be talking about. But I thank God that time takes away pain. Time takes away hidden drama. Time takes away stuff that you don't realize that you're holding on to, because your subconscious keeps on reliving that pain and trying to get you to figure out what could you have done. You couldn't have done nothing because you was not destined to be in the position that you was. But you have to keep on reassuring your subconscious that you are safe, you're in a better place, you're in a better situation. You got it under control for now. You're handling it. Don't keep reminding yourself, because you're okay. It's okay, and you can let it go. Hold on to stuff and not realizing that it hurts. You hurt me. And we keep on choosing the motherfuckers that gonna hurt us. So first thing you gotta do is stop choosing that one that hurt you. You gotta stop choosing the ones that are going to hurt you. You got to make a better decision. And I remember back in the day, I was different because I was starved of affection. So I would take anything. I would take anything. I just didn't care. I needed something, good, bad, or whatever. But when I found my wife, the woman I'm married to now, and I remember I asked her, I think it was like a year or two back. I said, hey, babe, I said, am I a simp? And she said, who the H-E double stick said that to you? I ain't nobody, I just wanted. She said, no, you're far from it. Actually, you don't take no crap from nobody. And she didn't realize what she did. It was like she took a hypodermic needle, put it in a jar, and sucked up the manhood that was in the jar and shoved it right in my butt. And pumped it. And my chest pumped up because I was like, really? She said, yeah. I said, I don't know who told you that crap. And I was like, I said, thank you. And I meant that because when I met her, I wasn't. I wasn't what she said, you don't take crap. I took crap from everybody. But being with her, it helped heal it. It helped heal it. So now, even if I still have those effed up thoughts, I gotta remember, hey bro, you in a better place. Hey bro, life is good. Hey bro, you got this. I don't know why you're resorting back to the other way, but you got this. You're in a better place. It's okay. And when you finally figure out it's okay, you start looking, you start feeling, and you start realizing, okay, now I see what you're talking about. Now I understand. Now I know. Because you didn't know before. You didn't know before. But now, guess what? Now you know. And that's the best part of it. Because I just remember I needed, get like 4 or 5 cotter pins, and then it's like a nut. I don't know what size it is, but I'm gonna take a wild guess. If they got a few different sizes, I'm gonna figure that out. But that is something I'm starting to learn. That is something I'm starting to understand. Why? Because when you start figuring out what's going to make you a better person, for you first, everybody else makes out in the end result. Everybody else makes out in the end result. You're going to figure out something that's so profoundly wonderful when you wake up in the morning and you're a better you, and you just be giggling out of the middle of nowhere. Like, well, why am I giggling? Because you can deal with life. My AC in my car cut off. It's electrical. I remember I'd be freaking out right now. I'd be freaking out. I was like, well, calm down. Okay, let's just plan this out. Okay, what I'm going to do, I don't have the money right now. I'm trying to hold some money back for Norma's birthday in next week. But then after that, I'm going back to work. And then in April, mid-April, I'm going to call her and say, call the mechanic, because it takes about a month to get on his list. It's not nothing crazy. It takes about a month to get on this list. So, okay, get on this list. When I go home, I'm going to get my oil changed, this list, and just get that repaired. But before I met Norma, I'd be freaking out. And I'm starting to figure out, start changing. Like yesterday, I'm in an unfamiliar place, and I had an hour to find parking, because it's not good. You can't. My 70. I had an hour left on my 70, an hour left on my 11-hour drive time, which it's not good. I was going to violate. But normally I'd be freaking out. Oh God, what do I do? My heart racing, and truckers know what I'm talking about. You get you get in trouble, but you really don't get in trouble. It looks bad. You don't want to violate. You know, that's points if you get inspected. You don't want to violate. So, but I'm like, okay, let's take deep breaths. Let's look for parking. And I thought I found parking, right? And I got my crappy GPS I said earlier, and I put in a spot. And I'm following my company GPS. The company's GPS is heading north. So I gotta head north. The crappy GPS said head south. I said, oh crap, that's the wrong one. So I'm heading north. I said, okay, let me give it a few minutes, let it reset. And then I punched the button for parking, and it said such and such area, 22 miles away. I was like, good, thank God I found it, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Thank God. Good morning. I said, luckily I found it, thank God. I got into the parking with 22 minutes left on my 70 and my 10. So legally, I can't leave till midnight. Normally, I'd be freaking out, and when I get upset, you multiply that times 10. Being an empath, multiply that times 10. So when I'm taking deep breaths and calming down, okay, we got to figure it out. And if you violate, you violate. There's nothing you can do about it. So I'm talking to myself. Thank God myself isn't replying back. I'm talking to myself. Okay, you got to do what you got to do. But if it happens, it happens. Relax. You know, take a deep breath. These things happen. And that's what I did. So I'm trying to be a better person for me first, and then bringing that out into other things. You see what I'm saying? And I'm also looking at my other intake. I got to get some vitamin C. I'm out of vitamin C, and I'm starting to feel it. I know how I feel. I need to get my vitamin C. I need to do a total order on my supplements, which would probably be about $100 freaking bucks. I'm probably gonna do that in a few days. So I got to get back on my vitamin regimen. Beetroot, and I want to try a few more other things. To get me back to happy. Not, when a lot of times when your body's missing essential nutrients, it'll bring depression on too. That's one thing I figured out. It'll bring depression on too. If you ain't eating right, if you ain't exercising, you ain't doing right, that'll bring depression on too. Save up and get me a butt pad. These seats are rough, but the discomfort helps. I don't want to be too comfortable. You know what I mean? That's not good. Not good at all. Okay. So we got an hour and 15. Not you guys got up, but I got an hour and 15. We're getting there. Thank you, Drizzles. Now I got a plan. Oh, and I'm gonna look see what they got plans there, Mike. So I might look for a plan. I gotta stop spending this money on something I'm trying to save. storm out somewhere close by because I can see lightning. I can see the storm lights up. I can see lightning strikes and stuff like that. Wish I could read whatever that's saying, but I can't. Sorry. Left shoulder closed. Road work. Mile marker 57. What mile marker are we at? Let's see here. Oh, 10 miles away. Cool. Oh boy. I hate these days where I got to get up and just go. I like waking up and sitting there for 30 minutes, 30 or 40 minutes, laying there and fully waking up. It's so hard to get up, make coffee, straighten up, do your pre-check, pre-trip, try to straighten up the bed, you know, gargle, brush your teeth, wipe certain areas. I gotta order those soapy cloths and and get ready to start the day because I'm starting the day groggy because I fully haven't waken up yet, and now it's really not gonna happen till the sun come up, and that's the hard part of this job. And so right now I'm on track to do some good miles this week. And it begins with shutting up. We go back to, we should just have a subject of keeping your trap shut and see what happens. And me keeping my trap shut this week is giving me a good, I'm running ragged, but I got some good miles this week. And I'm nervous. I'm a little nervous, little bit nervous. But I'm ever so thankful that God has blessed me. God has shown me my friends and family, my YouTube friends, that you guys have been a part of my life, and I just thank you. You don't even know. A lot of people, they're trying to get rich quick. But I don't give up on that crap. I just want to thank you for listening to me blabber on. Blabber on for whatever reason. And I appreciate you. And that's the main thing. One, like, comment, and subscribe. I gotta say that. Like, comment, and subscribe. But just say thank you because one, I'm not lonely, but I like the companionship of knowing that someone's listening this early in the morning to talk. Say, hey, good morning, how are you and them? How are you and them? You don't know what that does for someone who is by themselves 99.9% of the time. And it used to be when I first started, I'd have to go in a truck stop and just walk around people. So let me be around people. And then I was like, I used to sit in the lounges at the truck stops, and that's Trump territory. Sorry, no, I don't deal with that. No, and then I started saying, people are annoying. That's why I turned to YouTube. Hey, and it said, hey, good morning, Mike. How's the squirrels? Cause what is it the chipmunks or there's something. It's either squirrels or chipmunks or something that digs up the ground. And what are they digging for? Are they digging for grubs or something? Because I'm on Facebook. I'm on a few groups. One of them is a zoysia group, and the guy has his poor lawns tore up. And I thought about you, Mike. So I did say you need to get your pew pew out. No, but they're digging up. I think it's chipmunks. I don't know if it's the squirrels or chipmunks. They're digging up the ground. They're digging up his lawn. So I should have said, look, you need to be like Mike's chaotic gardening and feed them fuckers, and they won't dig up your ground. You know what I'm saying? They won't dig up your ground. Because that's what I was thinking. I might look at it today. In the back end of my property, the deer, I have deer that come through. I don't see them much. But summer coming up, I'll see them a lot. I want to do like
You are approaching a way station at 5.0 miles.
8 by 10 area, drop some topsoil and plant certain plants that are deer friendly. That are deer friendly that they would eat. I like to do that to bring them, give them something to munch on, other than my flowers and my plants and my garden, my stuff in the front. They come in and eat them up. But if I give them something, maybe they'll leave my other stuff alone. You know what I mean? But I was thinking about it, and then my camera would catch them, and we do that. There's a YouTuber like that. I'm thinking about that. I wanted to either do like a tray. Wait a minute, wrong road. Or like a feeding trough and get some deer corn or something to put that out there. You know what I mean? I've been really thinking about that, like some deer corn and something for them to eat on. And I bet you when word will get out, they'll be coming. But I got to grow something on that end because it's eroded away anyway. But if I grow something down there and maybe a little flat, I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I really am. Right now, I need to start writing out my plan for 2026. What bills I need to start adding and paying, and what I need to get down, and what things that we want to do, instead of just blindly doing whatever and then wondering, why is my bill so high? Oh, okay, I know why. I know why. Oh boy. Hey Mike, when is watermelon season starting? I see. That was another thing I see, and I sent him a message. There's a black family on TikTok, and they're sitting in this. It's pretty cool. It's an old tractor. It's an old tractor. You could tell it was grandpa and grandma was on the right seat behind the tractor, and the little kid on the left, and they were cutting sliced potatoes into this hopper that fed into the ground. And I asked the lady, I said, is that how you plant new potatoes? It looked like, it looked like red, the small red potatoes. They had them cut in quarters, and they just fed them. And she said, yeah. She said, yep. And I was like, see, that's the stuff that nobody teaches you. You can take a potato, cut it in half, put it in the dirt. I don't know if it's with regular potatoes. Give me a 1, Mike, if you can do a regular potato, just cut it in half, put it in the dirt. Or, and they don't tell you, I did it once and left it and it grew. A pineapple, I cut the top off, I put it in a pot, and it and I left it through the winter. And then the roots, I was about to throw it out, so I was like, check, and there was roots in it, and it grew up to a stalk. I had a little pineapple, and I didn't realize I had deer at the time. And them deer came and ate my daggone baby pineapple. I was like, you mother effers. Walked right up on my deck and ate my baby pineapple. You son of biscuit eater. So, in other words, I was trying to be a gardener before I met all these gardeners. and I'm back trying to be a gardener again. I'm gonna be the trucking gardener. I'm gonna start posting that on my second page. I do have a second page. I'm gonna post that the trucking gardener, and we're gonna see how that is. I hate the rain because that's gonna slow me down. I'm gonna slow down, so I should shut up. Trailers, you come around that turd and that off track and it hit that guy, and the next thing you know, you going to jail for something. But no, we ain't trying to do that. Oh, I need the sun to come up. This freaking sucks. Jesus, take the wheel. Hey, main thing is when you have your wits about you, that's all I'm worried about right at this point. Good morning. I see someone else in there. I see new signs that I don't recognize. So I apologize. I'm an over the road truck driver. I'm driving and really ain't supposed to be looking at it. I don't, but I look at the little, little things that show who you are or whatever. I know my regulars, so that's why I said I apologize if I say hello. A lot of people they get their booty hurt because they didn't say hello. But look, would you rather me, instead of my blind ass staring at that thing, or driving this daggone truck? I'm driving the truck. And they ain't speeding. We're doing around like 60. Thank you, Roses. Thank you, Roses. Hey, the two new people, drop your link if you want someone to check out. We'll check out your channel. Hashtag can't stop. You can do no apostrophe or do the apostrophe. It's up to you. I got it set both ways. We would like to check you out and say, hey, thank you. If you leave because again, I got to go back and look, but if you leave a comment on any of my shorts, I will know, and I always join. I try every once a week. I go look and see who subscribed to my channel. I subscribe back. It's not, and that's not saying just subscribe just for the heck of it, but it's a thank you to say, hey, you thought there was something interesting about my channel. I'll come check yours out, and I say, hey, thank you and appreciate you, and hey, grow together. That's all you can do. Thank you for not being a troll. I know, hey Mike, just like the Bitcoin, the little Bitcoin machines, you ain't gonna win nothing. I know I ain't gonna win nothing because on Facebook they got these, it's like a lottery. It's like a raffle, but you have to buy something to get in the raffle, like a shirt or a hat or something like that, an overpriced shirt or overpriced hat, and then you get put in the lottery, and they say, well, it's times 100. You get 100 times, and what they do is they will collect all this money and have something as a prize. Like they've got a Yukon Denali or a 3500. I know I ain't gonna win, but I bought a shirt. It says something goofy. I might do a giveaway or I might keep it just depends. But boy, if I could win, the one the raffle I signed up for is it's a 3500 dually with a gooseneck trailer and a skid steer. Oh my god! The damage I could cause that did the other one too, but I'm gonna do it every once in a while, and I'm not trying to, but I know. But if boy, let me win, I would definitely enjoy that. Here's what it is. Oh, there's another one I donated to. It was something simple like a keychain or something, very expensive keychain. But that was for I think MS and scoliosis or whatever. So it's 3 raffles that I'm in. So if I get on here one morning yelling and screaming, you know what happened. Let me say I won. Oh man, please. Let me say I won. Boy, you will be able to tell me squat. Oh, I can see the sun is starting to come up. The black sky is starting to brighten up. Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah in his name. In Jesus. But whatever it is, I see you engaging. You go to one of my shorts and just drop a comment. I'm definitely going to. Normally I don't check my lives. I'll be honest with you, I don't check my live comments. But go to one of my shorts and just drop say, hey, I was in your live. I'm definitely going to check you out, check your channel out, and say thank you. Say thank you. I appreciate it. Because normally our lives just be me, Mike, me, Mike, and ARD in the background doing his morning work out there in San Diego. He don't think I don't know. I know who that third person is, and you're well appreciated, bro. ARD be getting deep on the conversations, but it's. I'm happy for my YouTube family. I'm happy when I can pop in on somebody's live and they know me. Hey, can't stop. Man, you don't know how that makes a person feel. They go welcome in, and normally I'm just in there and I'm falling asleep, and I'm got you on my your live, and then I wake up and like I did that. I fell asleep. I was in somebody's live last night. I woke up, y'all like they had closed it out and everything. They closed down and everything. I'm like, oh, okay. Okay, where we at? Okay, alright, I need to speed it up a bit. Ground done dried up. See, the older I get, the smarter I'm like, look, it's raining, slow down, stupid. That's how I be talking to myself. Slow down. F that load. Oh, I'm talking shit. I need to slow down right now. See, my load is low to the ground, but it's heavy. And it can shift, and I need to, hey, look, let's just relax. We're going to relax. The sun's coming up. Thank you, Jesus. Look at this. All right, guys. It's time to shut this down. Wellness is about to take the stage coming up next. And after that, and if you want to know, that's one of the people that Nightbot has been, for the new people that are in there in my thing, Nightbot has been putting it in the chat. Life with T. Well, it's about to take the stage. Positive affirmations and facets. Then after that, at 9 o'clock, cruising is fun anytime, and go live together with the crew. They will take the stage and talk about cruising and life in general. And Miss T with the T, the GOAT, is at 9:15. And guys, I just want you to know. And as always, if you don't think nobody loves you and God loves you, y'all have a blessed and prosperous day. I will see you guys tomorrow. Deuces.